Schools and educators are championing the importance of social and emotional learning.
Even before the COVID-19 pandemic spiked mental health challenges, SEL has been infused into classrooms and school culture. A new program developed post-pandemic is helping students reconnect with others and re-engage with learning.
Ninth grade is a big year for high school, so it's just a lot of stuff coming at you at a speed that you don't want it to come at you at.
Today's students face enormous challenges in their personal development and future plans while attempting to reconnect.
Definitely really different, going from not really having to speak on camera to having to go in and engage in real life with everybody.
Kids are feeling disconnected from themselves, from others, because of the pandemic.
Many schools are shifting to include social and emotional learning and seeking new ways to include it.
I mean, we spend so much time looking down and communicating, on our phones, and we need to just look up, say, I see you, I hear you, I value you, which is exactly the foundation of our program.
Pam Ryan Mejia founded Better Together Cubed nearly 4 years ago, a K-12 curriculum which can be integrated into learning with plenty of flexibility for teachers. Better Together Cubed is based on the work and research of best-selling author Dr. Brene Brown. It focuses on empathy, resilience, and connection.
Receiving those lessons is very powerful because they are able to not only self-reflect, which is what we want them to do ultimately, but also share. And not only share necessarily with their classmates, but also with us.
Once a month, students at Totino Grace take part in one of the BT3 lessons during homeroom.
Some tap into music. There's one called Perseverance Playlist where students design a playlist for when things are challenging. Goal setting, self-regulation, healthy relationship things, problem-solving things.
Freshman Ivanka Lusu recalls an activity in which she wrote a postcard to her parents.
I don't always tell my parents how much I appreciate them. I always tell them I love you, but I just wrote more details you always help me through things. I feel like it brought me closer to my homeroom because they saw I cried, but they saw a more emotional side of me.
They've been vulnerable with each other, and I think once you see kids open up about their lives, you just naturally begin to trust each other. You begin to form stronger relationships, not just relationships on the surface, I sit next to you during class, but hey, I really know you.
Really helpful because then it shows that you're not the only person going through stuff like this.
We know that social emotional learning has gotten some political backlash, and I asked about that. The educators say that's why it's important that they share information with parents and there's open connection back and forth. BT3 has an online component that connects school to home, where strategies and conversations on emotional literacy can also reinforce what's going on in the classroom. And Jeff, I know my kids are in the Osseo Maple Grove School District, and they have SEL about part of their program. I think they actually do it weekly, at least in middle school. And we always ask, well, what did you guys talk about? And then we can relate to the kids, or give them some ideas in some of those situations that they find themselves in.
It's almost no different than helping them with their homework in another subject, but it's striking. I would not have thought of it. Something that was so natural as you grow up, that social interaction, because of what happened, they need to have sort of a class or a group to learn how to do that. A lot of kids have anxiety now just about having to give a presentation in front of the class. They would rather record it on their iPad or their phone and just have it viewed in class than have to stand up there and do it. And so these are some of the challenges they've got to get around. It'll make them better.
All right.